Oh god, should we try and tell the story in chronological order, chat? Because I learned so much.
Chat,
good and bad. Alright, I'm gonna tell you though, warning, if you don't want immersion break, don't watch the stream. But if you don't mind immersion break and you want to know what goes on behind a 3D concert, I will tell you everything. You know the reason we had a timer in the beginning was so then I wouldn't be yapping for 30 minutes straight? We had like a 7-minute timer in the start. And it was because I literally can't shut the fuck up. We had a guy there. So Daniel was the guy that set up everything, right? Because even though this was pre-recorded, it is a giga massive file, chat. It is a huge fucking file. So if I were to be the one to show it, my PC would literally combust and die. So Daniel is like the tech guy behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly and everything is good. And I don't have to like blow up my PC and shit. And when I was setting up with Daniel, I was like, oh, let's have a call real quick. Like 15 minutes. Boom. An hour. Like, it happens every single time. Every time I'm like, let's hang out for like 15 minutes. 1 hour later, and I'm still like, oh, by the way, this... Did you know that... Chat, from a scale of 1 to 10, be super honest, okay? From a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the concert and what is your favorite part? It doesn't have to be a song. It can be anything. I want to take... if there is... like changes I want to learn. 10? Really? Really? I was so nervous. I was deadass so nervous. Ooh, deja vu, boo, boo. Love the intro and deja vu. The OG song and choreo really put it up there. Really? Lady Gaga was peak? Oh my god. I was so nervous with that Lady Gaga. Charades and original was Cinnablo.
Absolutely killed it. Can't wait for what else is in the future with your 3D events and Olans.
Ooh, chat, I have so much to... Okay. So here's the thing with the 3D. I didn't want it to be a concert, right? I'm gonna be so honest with you. I love 3D concerts. When I first started getting into VTubing, it was all because I saw a Hololive concert for the first time. And then I got into some other VTubers that weren't concerts, like 2D modeled VTubers. And I was like, oh, they're so fun. But the first concert I've ever seen was the Hatsune Miku. I think this was 2014. Holy shit. It was a while ago. Like, at that time, 3D quote-unquote concerts weren't as popular. So when Hatsune Miku decided to like show off in like this holographic 3D concert, I was like, oh, that is so cinema. And I have had, yeah, the holographic one. So ever since then, I've been a big 3D fan, right? But I've never really done a 3D. I've only ever like just seen a lot. And I don't want it to be a concert, but I also don't want it to be like a stream. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a 3D stream is a 3D stream. Back then, it's so hard to get like at-home 3D gear. So a streaming vibe to a show makes sense. But nowadays, so many people are like, I'm streaming in 3D right now, and it's so easy. So I was like, what kind of vibe do I want? So I was kind of aiming for like homemade, quote-unquote. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too serious that you actually, like, everything has to be polished and perfect and like amazing. But it also doesn't have to be so like scuffed and empty. It's like a glorified video, if that makes sense. It's like a video that you watch. The intermission is like a break, literally like a wrestling match. Something like that, right? So it's like you come in for the wrestling, but then you stay for the people talking and commenting every now and then. It's because your brain, you don't want to like listen to songs all the time. So there was so much that happened. This shit has been worked on for 7 months more. And at first, everything was kind of smooth. I had like an idea of what kind of songs I want to sing. I was thinking like we can do like some hype songs and some calm songs. I had no idea at that time if I could record it, but I was like, fuck it, right? The song Paparazzi reminded me of Chat for some reason, because I was listening to Paparazzi at that time and I was like, oh my god, I would love to sing this for Chat one day. So I just put them on the list. No idea if I could do it. I was very stressed. I was so fucking stressed. And then I messaged Mono and I'm like, Mono, I want song. I literally messaged Mono. I'm like, Mono, how would you feel if I commissioned you for a song? But by a song, I mean more than one song. By more than one song, I mean 4. By 4 songs, I mean 4 full production songs. The actual story from my perspective is funny, but you will wait. Okay, I would need to know your perspective. Because I basically did Paparazzi because I was like, this would, like, Chat would really like it. Grimes, I chose that song because that was one of my favorite grime songs. Flesh Without Blood, Oblivion, Archangels, a lot. I really like grimes, as you can tell. So I was like, this is nice. And chat really liked Oblivion, so let's sing another song from Grimes. This time something more serious. Tipsy. So Aishite was already covered, right? Like I already covered Aishite. I thought it'd be a nice little nostalgia because when I debuted with the Aishite song cover. So 1 year anniversary, you know, you celebrate it by performing Aishite. That's so fun. So this whole 3D concert, I'll just call it concert, even though it's really not, right? But this whole 3D is genuinely my present to chat. I have a very hard time putting my feelings into words. I try to show how I feel towards people than tell you how I feel. So this whole concert is basically just me trying my best to make you be happy and not be happy. Oh god, I'm really bad with words. It's like, you know, when you go to a restaurant with someone and then they know what you like, so then they just order ahead because they already know what you like to eat anyway. It's something like that. So it's kind of like a memento in a way. It's like, hey, look, chat, I'm trying to find a vibe here because I really appreciate you and I just want you to know that I appreciate you. So here are the vibes. So tipsy is a nod for the people that know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? But honestly, you probably do. I fucking played it on stream once. But I thought it would be nice for the people that have supported me for a long period of time. And I re-sung it actually. So I still have my old files. Oh shit. I still have a old file that I found somewhere that doesn't belong to me, by the way. We don't sound anything alike. And I was like, oh cool. I can just retake them. So then take over them. This is so hard. Yeah, fuck it, loud. It's my 1 year anniversary, chat. Celebrate. Woo! What's it, it'll beam? Exhausted. I'm mentally drained, okay? But point is, I sung it. And honestly, I thought I didn't change at all. I listened to Tipsy and I realized I did. I might be crazy, but I feel like I changed just a little bit. So that whole thing was like retaken. From the main to the harmos to everything. It was like fully retaken. I worked with Jay. So Jay is the person that also mixed for Aishite and one of my good friends. When I sent it over to Jay, Jay was like, holy shit. I don't know what the fuck you did, but somehow I didn't even need to tune this that much. This is so good. You already did so good. And I'm like, oh shit, sick nasty. I had harmo guides. And they're like, dude, this sounds good. This is so easy to do. And I'm like, hell yeah. And actually came out pretty nicely. So that was Tipsy. Aishite was just a nod to 1 year ago. Tipsy was a nod to 2 years ago. It's a walking down nostalgia lane. And then Paparazzi was... I guess it just reminded me of you. Flesh Without Blood is just a song that I liked and I thought you guys would like too. Expectasi is a nod to my Indo viewers. Yes, I also love Expectasi. And then original song is just... It's an original. That is... I'm so excited. Matryoshka. Now, Matryoshka is the only one. It came out of nowhere. One time. Do you want to know the stupidest fucking lore ever, chat? You're gonna feel like you're gonna turn bald, okay? So, I believe... I might be completely fucking wrong. But I believe that we are the first vshojo member that had a 3D collab with a holo member. I think. Because we did perform Matryoshka. Like, not live. 3D with Ollie, but I'm not super sure because I don't follow the lore too much. But when I was talking to Ollie at that time, this was like months ago, right? And we were talking and they were like, what are you most excited about? And I was like, my 3D. Like I've been working on my 3D a little bit every month and then a lot this past week. But I was like, I'm so excited for the 3D. I have like a whole thing in mind. I have a vibe, a vision, like everything is planned out in my head. And I'm like, I can't wait. I just genuinely cannot wait for it. And Ollie's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, so I told Ollie all the plan and I'm like, there is this one segment that I don't know what to do in. And Ollie's like, what do you mean? I was like, you see like the vibes, right? Like in a concert, you don't want to start with the saddest fucking song. You know, you want it to be like energetic and then it calms down over time. I don't have like a nice slope, if that makes sense. Like everything kind of feels like energy and then it falls to the ground, you know? So I need a slope. What do? And Ollie's like, why don't you just sing another song? And I was like, wait a minute, you're right. What song? And then we started talking more. And I was like, Ollie, do you want to do a song with me? And Ollie's like, anything. Yeah. I was like, do you want to do it in 3D? stupid. Literally, we were just hanging out. So me and Ollie do this thing where we sometimes just hang out. You would work, like it's like quiet hangout. We're not talking. So I'm just like, do you want to sing a song with me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, do you want to do it in 3D? And she's like, ooh. Well, yes, but we have to make sure everything is like Gucci, blah, blah, blah. Like, it should be fine. So I'm down. And at that time, I was like big doubting. Like, I was quite doubtful because having a Hololive member appear in your 3D as 3D performing a song is kind of unheard of unless you're Hololive. You know what I mean? Like, usually they appear in 2D, but not really 3D. So I was like, is this really gonna happen? Like wancana is what we call it, right? Like, you plan stuff, but it doesn't come to fruition. But I was like, you know what? Trust the process. And then I was like, okay, what song do you like? She was like, I like a lot of songs. I was like, yeah, I want to do something more nostalgic because this is an anniversary thing. I want to do something that makes people remember the past. Now, hear me out. I have been an old Vocaloid fan. I'm disgusting like that. Back then, I used to listen to a lot of Hachi songs and people would cover it like utaites, right? Like singers. Like Kuroneko, 96 Neko, Tencho. There's a lot of like old utaite singers that would cover Matryoshka in a very relaxed way. Like they're just yapping, talking. It kind of feels like it's not too serious. You know, it's like nowadays song covers are so high production. Back then, people just sing for the fuck of it, right? So I told Ollie, I was like, I want to do something fun. Do you want to do this song? And she's like, oh my god, I fucking love this song. Yes. So then we recorded together in call. You know that banter, the back and forth banter between me and Ollie? That was real. It wasn't like it was scripted. Like Ollie says, oh my god, no. We were together and then we started the song and then because at that time we were still choosing. It was either Matryoshka, Child War or something, Panda Hero. There's like a lot of songs. So when I played it, she was like, you choose. It's your 3D, you choose. I clicked it on. She was like, oh my god, are we gonna do? I was like, yeah. We just started talking. And then we took it from there. I'm telling you, the moment I sent it to Mono, which had to mix everything, Mono was like, what the fuck am I listening to? Because we started arguing in Indonesian in the start. Like we were just like complaining to each other in Indonesian, and then we started complaining in English, and then we complained in Indo-English. We just started fucking yapping, and Mono was like, PPW. Okay. But it was actually really, really fun. And it was really nice. And we practiced so hard. Oh my god, chat. People that are like, oh, all VTubers are idols. You clearly have never worked with an idol, bro. Because they're different. All I can say is you can really see the experience that they have. Because when we were performing, when we were singing and everything, I felt like I had to chase up to Ollie's standard. You know what I mean? Like, even though we can, let's say we banter nice. Like, we banter, we joke, everything's fine. Like, me and Ollie, we're friends for years now. And we've been very close for very long. But the moment, oh, I don't know how to explain. It's so cool. It's like, we're having fun. We're like laughing. Everything is like casual. The moment's like, okay, are you ready to record? Yup. 3, 2, 1, bang. It's like a switch. It's like, there's like you can visually see a switch happen in their brains and they just like lock in. And it's the most like they command the room. You know what I mean? It's like they just know. Like the way they move is so graceful. The way they like act and jump and talk and like everything. It's so, how do I explain it? Like, it's like a flow of water. You know, like a smooth water flow. So pro. I remember the first time I was like, oh my god. Okay, no, we clearly, I need to practice. Next, if I ever do a 3D again, it's gonna be different and it's gonna be better because I've learned so much from this, right? I will say, I think it's fine to say this. Hololive managers are so nice. They were so, because I was so nervous. I remember I was so nervous. I was like, because obviously, chat, because I'm still part of like a corpo. Ollie's part of, like, we're friends, but we're still part of corpos, right? Like, no bisa sa nakidat lah. Like, you can't just do whatever you want. And I'm like, I want Ollie to do this with me, but you can't just do whatever, right? So it's kind of like, it feels like when you want to meet your girlfriend and then you meet their parents first, something like that. So I was like, oh god, I'm so nervous. How do I bring this up to the managers? How do I talk? Like, I even told Michael, I was like, Michael, oh god, I'm so nervous. And I was like, hello there, nice to meet you. My name is Michi Mochievee, and here's the plan, and here is what, like, I had a whole formal thing in my mind. Like, I was like, so this is what my intentions with your daughter, Crazy Ollie, like, everything was planned. I didn't even get to that. I was like, hey, and then the manager was like, Ollie has filled me in. Great! They were sweet. And I was like, we can do it. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, they're so nice. And everyone was like, they're nice, but still very professional. So it's not like, oh, they're nice, but like, no, they're very, very professional and very kind. It was like very smooth. That was the process of Matryoshka. Ollie is genuinely so easy to work with. If anything, Ollie helped a lot because with Matryoshka, I was really confused at first because I was like, how do we
Thanks, Michi
perform this?
Fries for the 13
You know what I mean?
resub.
3D is very different. So you know 3D suits, right? So here's one of the issues with a 3D suit. When you're performing live on a stage and you turn around, for example, no one's like, if I just turn around and I'm IRL, you see the back of my head. But when it comes to 3D chat, the camera can move anywhere. Like it can be here, it can be here, it could be anywhere.
Michi, with love.
But because of that, every shot you take needs to be as good as possible. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of the dances in Matryoshka where we turn around, but we're still doing stuff. And that felt a bit weird at first. Like, it was like a bit whiplashy. I will say I didn't dance everything myself. Very, very honestly, not everything. Some, but not all. Because I am a sickly man, okay? If I had to dance everything, I will die. It took way too much effort. And here's one thing that maybe slightly immersion break. I mean, everything has already been immersion breaky anyway. So one of the things that I struggled with the most is actually the performance part. The singing part was a bit hard. It took me around 2 weeks to record everything, but the performance part, it was hard because I felt quite sick quite often.
I thought you liked.
Like, I got sick, right? And here's the thing. They were really nice to me. We have, like, changing rooms and stuff where you can, like, relax.
From faking a new voice.
There were times, like, I'm recording. Halfway through, we had to stop the recording because I felt really sick. So then we had to retake everything. And I felt kind of bad. At first, I was really ambitious and I was like, I can record everything. Like, every song myself. After a while, I was like, bro, I can't do it anymore. Like, I actually feel really ill because 3D suits are very tight, right? They have to be very tight. And then you have a lot of, like, stuff dangling on you to track all of your movements and to track everything. And I'm not joking. I feel like the equipment is like half... It's really heavy. Maybe it's not, but like it is a good chunk heavy. So I got quite like ick. You know, like I tried my very best, but I have a lot of like body issues, you know? So standing up for long periods of time, being active and moving all the time, it's quite difficult for me. And I feel bad like making them just kind of sit there, do nothing. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna be realistic, you know? I'll try to do my best on the ones that I can. But if I can't do it, I'll just need your help. And they're like, yeah, no worry about it. So that's another joyous thing. But for example, like the charades, that was me. The charades, everything, that was me. That took... that like 1 hour segment less took around 8 hours in total to record. Just the charades, by the way. There was even like a part of the 3D that didn't get rendered, but when we were reviewing all the footage, there was one part where you could hear me because I have like a mic on, right? That's why the mic sounded a bit crispy. I had a mic on me and I was like, I need to like relax for a bit. I sat down and you could hear me go like like that. I was like clutching and dying. And there's another one I was standing up and I was like, bro, I'm gonna fucking pass out. I can't do this. I can. I can. Lock in, bro. Start the damn record. And you can hear the people in the background being like, it started like 3 minutes ago. There was so much of those. But it's so cool, like, working with everyone was so nice, and I told them that it's like my first time doing this, and everyone was so like patient with me, you know, and I really appreciate that because I wouldn't say that I'm the easiest to work with considering everything. It's like I'm overly ambitious that sometimes I'm like, I can do this, and they're like, no, you clearly can't. Yeah, that 1 hour talking segment took 8 hours to record. 8 genuine fucking hours, bro. It was something. It was a whole thing. Another one was let me think. Expectasi. So when I was recording Expectasi, we actually did it like 5 to 6 times. We re-recorded Expectasi because I was sitting down this is the first one. I was like, oh, this is easy. I'll just do like one take for this, right? No need to even retake. We did one, and literally in the exact, like in the end of the song, I had the sharpest pain on like my kidney. So then I literally, like my model, because I could see what I looked like roughly how the model would look like. I started scrunching over, but the people there thought that this was for immersion, right? Because in the end of the song, it's like the that part. So they thought that I was being like immersion-y, but I was like, ah! I was like leaning over because I was like, ah! Ah! Like, it hurties. But they thought they were like, wow, we can really feel the emotion there. And I was like, not emotion. Absolutely not emotion. I'm dying, bro. This is not immersion. Production people be like, yay! And I'm just like dead. No, but they're so sweet. What else can I tell you? I wonder. Ooh, I have so much good things. And also, there are hiccups with this show, if you want to know. But honestly, all in all, I feel like it was worth it. Everything we experienced is so fucking worth it. Reminds me of when Joey Tribbiani and friends had to really pee during the audition. That was me, bro. Tell us the hiccups. So one of the hiccups was when it came to the final product, right? Maybe I'm just anal about it. Like, I wouldn't say that the 3D was 100% perfect. There were some glitches and like, you know when like the sleeves would blend into the body? It's like typical 3D tech problems, right? Like, if you're just watching a 3D, you'd see that and you're like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Like, sometimes in the 3D world, it's not the same. Yeah, it's understandable, you know? But when I first got my stuff, I was not the biggest fan of how they directed it, if that makes sense. But it's not them. Like, it's just it's because I have like an idea in mind. Like, I have a flow that I want, right? While they have another flow that they thought I want. But they were so accommodating, bro. They stayed up with me. Like, the people that worked on it stayed up with me until like fuck all AMs, because I'm like, can the camera work do this and this and this, and can you, like, I spent the whole week, basically. That was one of the issues. One of the issues where we had problems rendering the performance because the camera would stay still, or they would have shots where it didn't look as good, in my opinion. Like, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but it's like not oh my god, I'm gonna sound like an ass. Not the flow. Like, have you ever seen a music video, right? And then they zoom it in. Like, they're zooming into the character, and out of nowhere, it cuts to the back of their head. Like, it's still a shot, but the flow got disturbed, and now it's like vibe off for a second. You know what I mean? Like, when you watch something, you're like, oh, that's kind of a vibe off frame. You know, like, you want it to flow better. Yeah, it's like, I wanted to zoom into my face and then like slowly turn around me and then go up here. That would be a nicer, like, instead of just cutting to the back, I wanted to spin around, blah blah blah, like follow here, don't follow there, zoom here, FOV here. Like, it's like minor things. So at first I was like, okay, let's break this down piece by piece. So every song I had so much, I felt so bad for them because I was like, oh, let me review it. It took me like I think a day. It took me a day, one whole day. And then they checked back and there was like tons and tons of comments. I'm just like, camera here, camera there, move it here, move it there, lighting like this, gradient like this, do it like this, position it this way. It was a whole thing. But they were so understanding. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't. Like, this is not an IRL, concert, right? If this is an IRL concert, the camera just needs to stay still. Like, it's supposed to just look at the model and then we dance and then the end. But this is not IRL. So people can't just look at their screens and see me like this for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't hit the same if the camera doesn't move the way I wanted it to move, or like in a specific motion or the vibe and shit like that. And they were like, no, that's completely understandable. And there was so much changes. By the end of it, we were rushing. Well, rushing, quote unquote, but I ended up also dabbling a little bit on the editing side because I was like, honestly, like at one point I was like, it's just easier for me to fucking edit it myself than to be like, oh, do this, because I'm really bad with words. So I was like, oh, okay, I got it. So I'm glad that it turned out good. But I was so like, I don't even remember what the original paparazzi sounds like at this point. I don't remember. All the songs are like white noise to me, chat. I was like, I was sitting here on my pooter, okay, for a week straight, and I'm just like, wait, I was like, no, my vision, I have an idea. And then I was like, I turned into a corpse, you know what I mean? And by the end of it, I was like, it's done. And when is the concert? Oh, the concert is in 10 hours. Oh, how funny. And I was dead. But it wasn't me. I literally did like nothing. Like I did like the teeniest, tiniest effort. Everyone else did like 99.99% of the effort. I literally just did like that teeny, tiny thing. So everyone cooked so goddamn hard. The camera work on your original was really... It was so good! Oh my god, talking about the original, chat. I had to convince Kuro that it was such a good idea to wink in our choreo. So here's a little bit slight, not insanely too much, but when you're doing 3D, the nicest thing is you can touch it up, right? It's like when you have an error, let's say it's like, oh, your tracking isn't too good here, we can just touch it up later, like post-production touch-ups for like facial expressions, or maybe like your hand tracking fell off, so then we just have to touch it up. It's a lot of those. So for Kuro's, I was like, hear me out. We're gonna touch up the face anyway. Because when you're dancing, chat, the facial tracking is gonna be shit, right? Because it's a phone or a camera, and the camera doesn't follow you as you move that much. So I was like, we're gonna touch up your face anyway. Now hear me out. What if you winked? And he sat there, was like, what the fuck do you mean? I was like, no. I have a vision. Okay, Kuro. And I need to show you. I'm gonna show you in a second. But I was like, during this part, when you go, you know what I mean? I said this word per word. There is a part of the dance where he goes like yeah, I feel that, like that. I was like, hear me out. This is the vision. The moment you say, I want the camera to zoom in just a little bit from a bottom, slightly like tilted angle. And when it zooms, last minute, I want you to just go, you know, that's it. That's it. So just go like that's it. And he was like, I don't know about it. Like, I feel like it'll be weird, but I was like, no, it won't. Trust me, it won't be weird at all. And he was like, all right. And then I'll show you later, because I think I'm telling you, when I say later, I lied. I'm showing you right now. Hold on. Let me open the goddamn fucking video. Doesn't Kuro look so good? This guy needs to have more confidence in himself. It pisses me off, man. This guy pisses me off. Yeah. Because, okay, I'm gonna pause the song every now and then to tell you, this is how I saw it, right? When I was working on this is how I saw it. Kuro's model has the resting bitch face. He doesn't, like, his eyes don't go like, you know what I mean? He has like this. It's like flat, you know what I mean? So I was like, work with it. He's like, he always complains about it. He's like, I have dead eyes. I was like, no. It's not a bad thing. Let's work with that.
Got me another new form. And I remember, guess I just had to conform.
Tell me, who am I? Really see?
Broken free, but all the thoughts remain. In a second, will the old me fade?
I'm a mystery I let go of. It's a newbie, but I'm still. Ooh, I'm falling down.
He's so
the
cute!
future feels so clear. I miss it.
And ooh, in the dead of night, I can still hear.
Look at his body movements. Jesus!
Down.
Oh, deja vu.
Ja!
I still see you. Hear myself crying, let go.
Yeah, I feel that.
There, you see the zoom? Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
See you.
So no wink there.
Deja vu. Looking back, it's really kind of bittersweet. All the memories that meant so much to me freeze.
Here,
I can see
here.
me using past ones as a crush, but I'm so ready to come to you so you can see the real me.
Do you see that? Wait, I'm gonna... This is like a breakdown, right? You see my vision. You know what I mean? Like, so here, the camera's on both of us. Ping pongs to Kuro. Check this out. Just...
Deja vu.
And then it's
Looking back, it's really
zooming
kinda bittersweet.
from a slightly
All the
bottom
memories
angle.
that meant so much to me freeze. I can see they using past ones
And then
as a
wink.
crush, but I'm so
Here.
ready to come to you so you can see the real me.
Breaking chains.
It's like it's so good! It's so good! Do you see my... And he was like, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna look weird because it's off beat. I was like, no! Do you... Bro. He's like, it's gonna be weird because the... No, it won't be. It will look fine without it. It's gonna look weirder because then you're just saying shit. Then you're just... Come on! Oh. I'm so so proud. Prove it right.
Gonna be okay. Ooh, I'm falling down, but the future feels so clear.
Slay.
Wanna miss it.
And ooh, in the dead of night, I can still hear everything that I was told.
Hold me down.
Ooh, deja vu. I still see you. Hear myself crying, let go.
Yeah, I feel
And then-
that.
Deja vu.
Slay, no? Slay, no? The vibe fits.
Deja vu.
Slay.
I've gone through the darkest parts of life.
Shines right on my name. Shelly skin, evolution. Here I am, a beginner again.
Still sometimes I hear it call.
Oh, his voice is so good. Yeah.
Still see you. Hear myself crying, let go.
Yeah, I feel that.
Ooh, deja vu. I still see you. Now I'm feeling.
Deja vu.
I know you're still with me.
Woo!
Oh, let it take me down. That deja vu.
I can hear myself say let go.
Now I'm feeling.
Deja vu. Deja vu.
Okay, this one was not our idea. The ending pose slays, but the choreo, we didn't come up with the choreo ourselves. It was part of the studio. So what part of the studio came up with the choreo, we just practice it. So, listen, man, when I saw the ending, I was like, oh, even I was like, oh, Jesus, the fuck is this? I mean, it slays. I'm not gonna like, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about it because it cooked, right? Your Honor, I'm not gonna complain if it slaps. But why did we end looking like that? That's very sex, as I would say so myself. But it's okay. Jesus. I remember it was one of those things, like when I saw it, my face literally went like like that, and Kuro was just like the most flat-faced ever. Like he's just like unfazed. He was like, okay, this is what we have to do, we'll do it. Flat face, no reaction, light work. And I was just there like the ending, the ending pose, the ending. You want me to? Okay. I was a freak. I was the only one in the room freaking it. Apparently, I guess it's nothing. I want you to know, chat, when we were recording our 3D, it wasn't like we were alone in a 3D room, right? There are people in front of us that are like sorting out how it's gonna be rendered. They're like sorting technical problems, like a team that we have to face. No joke. This is how it feels, chat. They're like, okay, start. I'm like, got it. So then I'm like performing, talking, blah, 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 blah. And I would make a joke. I'll be like, hey, what's crack-a-lack-a-lin? Silence. Nothing. Because if they laugh, their laughter will bleed into the audio track, right? Or maybe they just fucking hate me. And I would make a joke. Nothing. I don't get to see the chat reaction. I don't get to see no reaction. I just see a bunch of people stare emojiing back at me. So I was like, oh my god. Oh, bye-bye. You know IRL won't have Twitch chat, right? Well, I realized it when I was recording, okay? I don't usually talk like a streamer if I'm not streaming. So that was the first time I actually did try without chat. And chat, please don't leave me ever again. Chat, please. Why? Please don't leave me. It was low-key painful in the start. Eventually, I got used to it. But then when I first started, I started stuttering. That's why, like, in the start, I was like, oh, I'm so nervous, you guys. That was not the first take. That was like the gajillionth take. And I kept stuttering because I was so nervous. I felt like I was standing in front of like a board member. But I told one of them, I was like, I'm so nervous because, like, you know, you guys are sitting right there and you're staring at me. And I mean, I know it's your job, so this is not a complaint, you know, it's just I feel a little nervous because you guys are staring at me. And one of them is like, don't worry, Michi, we got you. So every time I would make a joke, I just see like one person raise their hand like a thumbs up. Like every now and then some people would like raise their hands like a thumb up, or like they would like peek their heads out and give me like a smile and shit. And I'm just gonna pretend that's a laugh track, you know, like multiple times I'm like, ah ha ha, they're laughing. Okay, we'll do that. Ugh. Yeah, they're trying their best to be like the coolest hype men ever, and I really appreciate. They're so fucking sweet. Thank you, chat. Can we get a thank you, Maiko? He was accompanying me through the whole time. I remembered he was like, oh, are you recording your 3D today? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I can stop by for 30 minutes. He stayed for 8 hours. No joke. He was like, I can stay for 30 minutes and then I'll probably go and like go shopping or something. I don't know, anything. I was like, yeah, sure. Have fun. He came like an hour after I started recording. He stayed throughout the whole recording session. And I even said, I was like, Maiko, don't you need to go? And then he would go out. He would be like, oh, I'm gonna go for a bit. And I was like, it's okay. You have fun. Like, I don't want to like make you waste your day here. You know, like this is not your job, right? Like I didn't pay you for this thing. You know what I mean? Like you're on a break. Have fun. So Michael would leave and he would come back like 30 minutes later with like a bag of snacks. I remember this. When he first arrived, he was like, hey, Michi. I was like, Michael, it's so nice that you're here. He pulled out like this candy bar from his pocket. Out of nowhere, he's like, do you want a candy? And I was like, my mama would not. I was like, no, it's okay. Thank you, though. And he's like, all right, I'm going to put some sugar on this table, right? If at any point you feel like you need to eat something, there's snacks here. And then he would leave 30 minutes later, came back with like different types of snacks. And he would like give it to people like, I got more snacks. And he would sit down. He'd be like, oh, gotta go again. He goes out and he's like, I got drinks. Oh, 1 second. I got snacks and drinks. Like, he's just there to basically babysit all of us. Like, he is genuinely like a mother to me. He went from my manager to just a mother. I even told Mike, I was like, you don't have to be here. You can have fun. And he's like, no, it's okay. In case you need anything, I'll be here. 30 minutes turned into 8 fucking hours, chat. That's a whole day gone. Absolutely nutty. That's how good... Dude, I'm telling you, I would not even say Maiko's a good manager. Maiko just went above and beyond. I want you to know, Maiko did that during his break, right? It wasn't like, oh, Michi, don't get it twisted, okay? That's his job. He was on a break. Like, he announced it to everyone that he's not gonna be working during that time, and he chose to do that on his day off. And I was like, did you end up needing him? Yes. But I would have tried to manage it myself. But the fact that he was there... Okay, the thing is, I did end up needing him, but it's also because Maiko is so proactive. You know, like, he doesn't wait for me to be like, oh, Maiko, can you help me do this? Like, he doesn't do that. Like, he sees me struggling. He just goes in. So it's like, I did need him, but to be honest, like, I didn't ask. You know, it's like, it's one of, like, I'm not complaining. This sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. I'm actually very, very grateful. Like, for example, he saw me struggling with some shit. He'd be like, oh, 1 second. And then he would, like, come in and help me fix it. And all I have to do is just stand there. So I was like, oh my god, thanks. And then, like, I'm doing something. He'd see me struggle. He'd just, like, initiatively, helps. And I'm like, oh. Onionize for Michael Reyes! Honestly, I would 100% agree on Michael Reyes, bro. Michael was like... Even during some hiccups, there are some hiccups that I'm gonna be so honest, it did tick me off at that time. But right now, I'm not gonna let it like soil it, right? This is our day. This is our 1-year anniversary celebration day. So I don't want to have it like soiled thinking about all the bad shit. I want to focus on the fact that it turned out good. But there were some hiccups down the road that I was really upset about. But I was like, I'm not a very complainy type. But at that time, I was really like upset, and I ended up like confiding in Maiko a little bit. I was like, Maiko, I don't know how to like put this into words, but I'm definitely not very happy with this. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm not happy. I don't know. Maybe I'm like upset. Something about it, right? Because I don't like being like, I do not like this, dot. I think this is disappointing, dot. I feel like that's rude and unnecessary. You know, like, what is the vibe here, right? Like, do you want good results? Because if you get upset and then you lash out to the people that you're working with, you're not gonna get good results, right? Because everyone's morale is really low now. So I was like, I don't really know, but I also don't want to like... I need to bring it up, but I need to bring it up in a proper way. Because I don't want to demoralize or like upset anybody either. Because that's just counterproductive. And Maiko was like helping me throughout the whole thing. He's like, don't you worry. And then he worded it on my behalf. He would word shit on my behalf. And he would be like, I think... I was like, Maiko, I don't know how to do this. And he's like, I got you. So then he would word it. And then he would like talk... like he would every time I would stutter, he would be like, I think this is what Michi wants, and that is exactly what I want, which is insane to me. I didn't even say anything. It's different. Like, if I'm like, oh, chat, you know, like the lefting, like a little left, a little right, you know? Like, if I said that and you're assuming, that's different. I was like, oh, how do I say it? And Michael's like, I think Michi wants the camera to track to the left and slowly pans to the right before going back to the left. And I'm like, oh my god, that is very well said. And that is exactly what I want. Oh my god. The best way I can say it is like, this whole 3D thing, I wanted it to be like a love letter. That sounds weird. I don't know how to word it. Like a love letter from me to you as like an appreciation. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't know how to word it, bro. I can't. I suck at word choice. Fuck it. I'm not gonna tell you how much I appreciate you. Just wait for the next concert, bro. We're so over.